Hey, what's up? It's the normal playing guy, and hey, we have two Easy A's out right now. Looks like we're kicking off 2025 with two more Margin Boost Saga Easy A's. We have Kid Buu SDR, and then we have this physical Super Saiyan 2 in SS3 Goku, right? So we'll look at this one first. This is an interesting one to come out, especially considering we've just had this guy, and this guy's good, right? No doubt. This guy, because even in his base, he is solid here, but in his Super Saiyan 3, he has a lot of crits, a lot of normals that can turn into super attacks, and he can be a powerhouse, like just damage output. So let's have a look before and after. Let's see what kind of shake-up we have, and then we'll compare him to probably this guy. Because this guy was made to go with the Tech Vegeta, so it's interesting to see how much of a competitor he is to the other guy. So, Battle of Fate and Accelerated Battle appears to be now a full 170, so your HP is the same. Previously, it's 2 key 180, 50% to stats on super. Your super attack, 30% to stats, 30% chance to stun. You have an additional attack, 30% chance to super, and a 50% chance to crit. 2 key, 200%, that's nice. 200% on super attack. Super attack is now 50% to stats and a 50% chance to stun. Another attack, now a 50% chance to become a super, 70% chance to crit flat out now, and then 2 key, 200% to defense and guards with HP 77% or more. This is totally new. The reason it's 77% or more, because you can transfer them afterwards. And that's kind of ideal, right? You don't want to use him afterwards, because he kind of loses this. That being said, this is a small buff, coming in with 180%. But like this goes up to from 50 to 70, great. This goes up from 30 to 50, great. This goes up from 180 to 200, as well as Easy A stats, right? The actual stats. But the biggest kick is this, 200%, which is a multiplier then of this. So bear in mind then that coming in with the base form at 55%, 9,200 defense, 12,400 attack, and then we have an Easy A stats of 11,500 defense and basically 16,000 attack, and that's 55%. And then you're going to get this. That is a huge difference. Wow. And then these crits. That's actually rather insane. Yeah, okay, so this would probably be just to ensure that he doesn't get taken out entirely in this form. Allows you to at least survive on this guy's behalf just to get to the next phase. And you'll probably want to do that by the looks of things. In comparison, how does he fare? Well, 2 key 150%. So let's have a look at the 55% stats. Alright, more or less it. This guy's got slightly higher attack stats in this particular form, but the defense is neither here nor there. Yeah, it's really not much. So that being said, what else do we have on this? So this guy has his dodge. That is quite nice. So he has that flat out. So this guy's defensive and offensive boost will be based upon the amount of HP you have, right? That looks like the more HP you have, the greater the defensive boost, and vice versa, and then swap for the attack, right? It looks like we're a Rainbow Warp Changer based on certain allies. We have 50% chance to crit, period. Just one Rainbow Key Sphere seems to be quite nice. This is nice. Again, it requires 3 more Key Spheres, but that's not exactly difficult. He can vary depending on how much of the offensive or defensive buff you're going to get, whereas this guy, he's just going to get flat out a monstrous amount, and he is going to be good in this. But yeah, so by the way, these links will change because he's a Super Saiyan 2 and a 3, so expect probably this to change into over in a flash, right? And limit breaking form could be Golden Warrior, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so he's useful on a lot of teams, much the same way as this guy. In fact, it will be virtually the same thing. In fact, side by side, we see that they have all 5 links. This probably will be the same, maybe even more, when we get to the transform states. Of course, for this guy, Super Saiyan 2 is across the board. Actually, some Super Saiyans are in this. Probably the reason it's Super Saiyan is the fact that we have, well, Super Saiyan in there as well as like Golden Warrior. So plenty of attack stats in there and some pretty common links. So yeah, coming in with, is it this? Yeah, so Saiyan Lineage, Golden Warrior and Prepare for Battle are very, very nice key links. Even just having Saiyan Lineage itself is really, really good because it's a good solid link amongst some great people. And then with the 2 key in the passive, I always like it when there's 2 in the passive, or at least something, because it really takes the stress off and really helps the unit. Right, we're going to transform. When we transform, 3rd turn 77%, and you want to do so with this guy. Let's have a look. 3 key 300% to stats. That's pretty nasty. Actually, what did he do prior? 200% with 3 key, 50% on super attack, your super attack effect, greatly stacked attack, and you got a small amount of defense. You did have a 30% chance to stun. 2 normals, each of which can become a super attack with a small chance, 50% to attack from 6 turns from your first initial turn with a 70% chance to crit. Okay, so now we have 3 key 300%. This goes to a whopping 200%. That's pretty nuts. Super attack effect appears to massively stack attack, and you get a 50% defense, 50% chance to stun. Ooh, he is. Oh wow, that's gnarly. 2 additional attacks, each of which now go from a 30 to a 50% chance. You guarantee a guard for your first turn. Okay, so that basically is saying that this unit will not fail you when you transform, so you at least get a chance to use him in the most difficult of content. He's designed that way. 3 key 100% attack. Wow. And defense 200% on attack. When attacking, this is when attacking. So slot 1 is no go. 70% chance to crit for the first 6 turns. Okay, you lose the defense but only have 50% attack, 50% chance to crit from the 7th turn. You lose a huge amount of defense for your after 7th turn onwards. Okay, so try and finish the fight within 7 turns. It's still having a 50% chance to crit and only 50% extra buff attack is great. Bear in mind that you're going to be massively stacking. And the fact that now you've gone from a 30% to a 50% for these 2 attacks to super is pretty nuts. Right, so we have a chance to evade. Okay, so dodge goes up from 5% plus 25 and reduce damage by 5% to 25 with each super attack. Oh, wow. Chance to dodge and more damage reduction, the same with each turn passed. Oh, that's good because, okay, so that's to compensate this, right? So, okay, let's break this down. You're going to have 1 super attack. Let's say these 2 pop in, so that's 3 super attacks. Your hidden potential system could come in, so that's 4 super attacks. 4 super attacks in your very go. You'll have 20% to dodge and 20% damage reduction. Do you know, with the extra defense, your 20% damage reduction, that could be literally somewhere between 10 and 20 because, you know, you could get nothing and you end up with just the 5. You could end up with 1 of them and that's 10. Hidden potential, you'd never know. Point is, you can have somewhere between like probably 15 to 20% on average, right? Based on how lucky you are. So you're going to get a fair amount. But the next rotation, you're going to max that out to 25, but then you're going to start building this up. So by the time you've hit your 6 turns, when this bit expires, and the key and the defense expires, you're going to have more or less 50% damage reduction and 50% chance to dodge. This unit didn't have dodge, did he? This unit did not have dodge. and he had 200% on super attack. So they've given him a chance to have dodge. So what does this guy do? Let's have a look. So this is right. Okay, so he gets 200% to stats. Okay, so this is where the in the Super Saiyan 3 the physical's gonna probably be better. Again, defensive boost seems nice depending on the amount. So again, it could actually be, could not be much in it depending on how much health you got. Attack boost goes down for the less HP, whereas the physical one's gonna have it flat out. He's a Rainbow Orb Changer. He has a set. See that this is super easy. In essence, this is a guarantee 70%. It's basically guaranteed crits, right? Because the chances of getting a Rainbow Key Sphere is very high. He has this with 3 or more, and a guaranteed super attack with 6 or more with guaranteed crits. Each one greatly raising each one 70% chance to stun. Okay, so this guy is more powerful. Flat out, this guy's more powerful. He is massively stacking that attack. He's getting the same amount of defense with, okay, it's not 70%, but it's 50%. But the point is, I don't think this guy has dodge. This guy does not have dodge. Whereas this guy will build it up and will build up damage reduction. This guy can go beyond 7 turns without actually being harmed. But you still do need 6 or more key spheres. Yes, you can be a Rainbow Orb Changer. But this guy has no key build up. He actually has key here, and he's going to be perfectly fine. Even after the 7th turn, you basically swap 3 key 200% defense for 50% chance to dodge and 50% damage reduction, which I think might actually be a fair trade. So that's pretty disgusting. But yeah. Okay, so right, okay, so Limit Break and Form and Over in a Flash, they replaced that key link, Prepare for Battle, and Experienced Fighters. Experienced Fighters is now this. And of course, yeah, it's just Super Saiyan 3s, isn't it? And it's going to be the same deal. Over in the Flash, Limit Break and Form, Golden Warrior. So again, it's all Super Saiyan 3s. So these two side by side are going to be disgusting. But that's just not it. You got this guy who is disgusting, and this guy who is the first ever Super Easy A, and by the way, still an absolute behemoth. He opens up with crits, he builds up rapidly, he is still really, really good. And this guy came in this time last year, actually, so he can be good. But more importantly, we have 1, 2, 3, and then this unit 4. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 good Super Saiyan 3s. I mean, literally good. That's actually really good. And they're all going to work together because this guy is non-angel. This guy is angel, right? And I'm pretty certain. Right. So he will work with, both of these will work with the physical. So that's nice. And then this guy, he will also work with the physical. And then this guy will not work with the physical, but will work with everyone else. It will work with the int and the other AGL, but it won't strictly work with this guy. But that's not a problem, because you can have alternating rotations, and they're all really powerful. Wow, okay. So, how do you build this guy? It's going to be... Actually, that's really difficult, because he has dodge, so you won't go for that. Previously, you probably would have done. He has crits, right? Pretty much. 70% for the first 6 turns and 50%. He has additionals, but what are you going to do? Massively stack more attack? Ugh. Do you know what? Blend. Do what you want. It's a blend. You want to stick in more dodge? Yeah, go for it. I don't really think crits are going to be the way to go. So if anything, probably a bit more dodge, a bit more additional, because at the very least, you'll have in chance another attack, which has a chance to become a super attack, and at the very least, you're going to get one of them if it procs. And I suppose it is another stun chance, but it's not always guaranteed you get a super attack, so it's high near nor there. So probably just a smooth blend would be probably ideal, huh? Yeah, anyway, so his Easy A is out. By the way, what is the effective category for this? It's margin power. So, yeah, if you do Boo's Easy A, which, by the way, is pure Saiyans, so you can use this guy to do the Boo, which in turn does this, if you really must. But this guy's weak to margin power. Super and Extreme is relevant. It doesn't really matter about the typings, although obviously STR is going to help. By the way, STR Boo will actually help out, Easy A or not. He is still relevant. Anyway, this dude is a beast. Literally. Let me know what you think. This guy's great. Anyway, that's enough for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I shall see you on the Boo video. Thank you and bye bye.